The next category is pop vocals. But these people look pretty rock and roll to me. These are the outstanding nominees for Best Pop Vocal Album. Thank you, The Edge. And the Grammy goes to Taylor Swift for Midnight.
For a second, I thought the U2 package was from way before until he said, "Hello, Los Angeles." I thought it just was like any other night.
First of all, how cool was that, going live from Sphere with U2?
It was like the world's best Zoom call ever. You know, it was like the best FaceTime ever. But what was cool, and you wouldn't know this unless you've been yet, and I know a lot of people have been, they took a little bit of the entire show and put it in that song. They don't normally do that. Like, you got to see pretty much every one of the effects, or a lot of them, in that one song.
Which I was happy, because you've been to see U2 at Sphere. I haven't been. I've only seen, like, all the Instagram stuff, and, of course, your Instagram, but...
Well, where was Larry Mullen? He's still not back. That's concerning.
What's going on? I know. That was a cool moment. Listen, I thought women ruled at the Grammys this year. So many cool performances from the opening with Dua Lipa, Miley Cyrus just bringing it. We're going to talk about Tracy Chapman, who hasn't been on the Grammys for over 30 years. That was a great performance with Luke Combs. Then we go to the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award, which went to Jay-Z. Very cool that he brought his daughter, Blue Ivy, on stage. But then he used his moment to call out the Grammys, noting that Beyonce has dozens of Grammys, but has never won the top honor.
And as a Grammy insider, after you listen to this part of the speech, I have a question for you. Here's Jay-Z.
Obviously, it's subjective because, you know, it's music and it's opinion-based. But, you know, some things, you know, I don't want to embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Think about that. The most Grammys, never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work. You know, some of you gonna go home tonight and feel like you've been robbed. Some of you may get robbed.
Ouch.
Some of you don't belong in the category. Oh, no, that was it. No, when I get nervous, I tell the truth. But outside of that, you know, we got to keep showing up. And forget the Grammys for a second. Just in life, you got to keep showing up. Just keep showing up. Forget the Grammys. You got to keep showing up until they give you all those accolades you feel you deserve. Until they call you chairman. Until they call you a genius. Until they call you the greatest of all time. You feel me?
Who was he dragging when he was saying some of you don't belong in the category?
I don't know. It was like, wow, who are you calling out?
Yeah, that was the one I didn't follow. I thought you might know.
Well, they've sort of had Beyonce and Jay-Z sort of a long history with the Grammys, and not a good way, because Beyonce, of course, not winning Album of the Year, but it's the Grammy voters who vote. You know, you can't blame the actual institution.
I know.
It's the people who vote, but I thought it was weird that he used that moment, but, you know, I guess it's his prerogative. And then, guess who made history at the Grammys?
Let me guess. Travis Kelce.
Grammy history made by Taylor Swift, as her Grammy for Album of the Year resulted in her becoming the first artist to ever win Album of the Year 4 times.
Don't hate me.
Woo!
But
4
there
times.
was a bit of God complex in her first speech, I thought.
Yeah, that was the one that where U2 called, you know, gave her award for the pop album. It was kind of weird that she used that moment to promote her new record.
Imagine if everyone else did that.
It's a little crazy.
I thought that was really, it was like she didn't even catch herself, but then she recovered for her second speech. I felt like it was good. But yeah, a little bit of that Queen syndrome is flashing pretty heavy, I thought.
We're going to talk some more like big Grammy moments later in the show. Big Grammy moments that I think you'll want to hear.
And here's one. We'll take you out with this. It's just 2 minutes, but I thought it was so touching and so emotional, and that was Annie Lennox.
This was, of course, in the In Memoriam section as she honors Sinead O'Connor.
I mean, if this doesn't give you chills, and you don't even have to see it, just listening to it, I don't know what will. This was from last night at the Grammys.
Of course, we just mentioned the, I guess, historic win for Taylor Swift. She's the first artist to win Album of the Year 4 times. That was a big moment for Taylor. Congratulations, Midnights. Did you like that album, Barnes?
Have never listened to it, but that's 14 Grammys for her. That is impressive, although that first speech was a little...
Best New Artist was tough because, I was hoping for Jelly Roll. It went to Victoria Monet. A lot of people were very happy about that. I mean, she talked about her 15-year journey to get there, so good for her. Very happy for Lainey Wilson, Country Album of the Year. Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas won Grammys for Song of the Year and Best Song Written for Visual Media, for, of course, the song from Barbie, What Was I Made For?
The shocker of the night that made me actually sit back down to watch was when Celine Dion came out.
I was getting choked up because, Celine's had a lot of health issues.
But I thought she was in very bad trouble, as in her muscles. She couldn't control herself. But
I know.
She had no assistance other than the same assistance everyone else had. And you would not know that anything was wrong.
First of all, I was glad that she looked good. She looked amazing and that she could actually speak. But I was worried because we have heard all this stuff that's really been very troubling over the last year. I have to say, a moment where I literally had tears in my eyes the whole time, because I'm a Joni Mitchell fan. Joni Mitchell performing Clouds. She had Brandi Carlile on stage with her. That was a huge moment. And she had won that pre-telecast, which I watched. She won Best Folk Album. So congratulations to Joni Mitchell.
Why'd they bury stuff like that in all the rock stuff? Why'd they bury it in the pregame?
I know, because Boy Genius won 3 awards. They always have the pre-telecast because they can't get all the Grammys in. But yeah, all the rock categories were in there as well.
I missed not Joni Mitchell, but I missed whatever happened between 10:10 and 10:40 because I went to go watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, then I came back.
Now, I know that we were sitting there, and I had gotten, as I was watching, our producer was like texting me about someone got a little misdemeanor. Did you see that?
Dude, are you talking about Killer Mike?
Yeah, Killer Mike, who I had just seen on the pre-telecast win, 2 or 3 Grammys, and then all of a sudden, they've got him in handcuffs.
Yeah.
I couldn't find out what happened, but it was some sort of weird altercation.
He won 3, and I saw the video of him being hauled out, and he's saying, "Are you kidding me, man?" Or he was saying something like that.
What was it?
I don't know. I'm assuming, some sort of drug, like pot or something. I don't know. But what else could it be?
If you didn't know, Mark Ronson, producer Mark Ronson, accompanied by his mother-in-law, Meryl Streep, presented the Record of the Year. It was a really funny exchange on stage.
But I thought it was very informative because a lot of people don't understand what those different awards are. I thought that was a great 1-minute way to lay it out.
I am so unbelievably honored to be here tonight with you, Mark, to present the most important award of the night, the Best Album of the Year.
No. Sorry. It's for Best Record of the Year.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Best album is a record, so best record is an album.
It can be, but this is different because this is just for one record.
So how many songs are on a record album?
One. Just this one on this one.
So it's a single. So it's the best single of this year. But we already gave out the best song.
Yeah, that's a Songwriters Award. That is also a totally different thing.
Yeah, that's the one you lost.
Yeah, thank you.
But you did win this. You won the best record.
Twice. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is it?
It's a really important award, and it's an award that recognizes all the things that go into making a great record. The producers, the recording engineer, and the artists, and all their contributions.
It's the Everything Award. It's the best.
And, of course, that went to Miley Cyrus. I love when Miley said she may have forgotten to wear her underwear.
Yeah.
She did say that.
But she didn't forget her hairspray. That was serious. I mean, she was up.
That song is so catchy, Flowers.
It is.
And I have to say, one of the hands down best performances of the night. Tracy Chapman, who has not been seen anywhere, makes an appearance with Luke Combs for Fast Car. And she sounded amazing.
Okay, I expected, when I heard all this rumble about that she was going to show up, that she was going to be severely like in bad health or like something bad.
Because we haven't seen or heard from her in years.
She's never looked better, never sounded better. Talk about an artist that doesn't need hype, that just has a damn good song. And there's never been a better song for a duet.
I agree. And thank God Luke Combs covered it because it brought her back into the forefront. She's making history now. Fingers crossed, Barnes, that she'll do new music.
What could it be? Just that she just doesn't like to be in the spotlight?
Well, you know, the whole Billy Joel story, he just stopped stopped writing for, 30 years? And now he was on with his new song, which is fantastic, by the way, but maybe she just wasn't inspired.
Yeah, that's so strange. And she looked comfortable, happy, looked like she was enjoying every bit of it, which was awesome.
Smiling. I mean, Luke Combs has a great voice, too, and you can really hear it in this song.